I just finished my 2024 playthrough of the Pikmin series, which means it's time to sit down and rank those games from my least favorite to my favorite. My name is James, and I started this channel simply because I love video games. If that sounds like you, please subscribe to my channel so that you can see more videos just like this one. Let's get started. The bottom two games on this list are actually two games that a lot of people, myself included, forget. So we're just going to gloss over these two real quick. In sixth place is Pikmin Bloom, which is essentially a Pikmin-themed step counter on your phone. You're really not missing much there if you've never checked that one out. And then in fifth place is the game Hey Pikmin, which was, I believe, a 3DS game, and it was more of like a platformer where you would have the little Pikmin following you. Hey Pikmin doesn't seem too interesting to me, so I'm going to include it here at the bottom. But now let's rank the real Pikmin games. Coming in at the bottom is Pikmin 2. When I'm doing a series playthrough, like I did in preparation for this video, this is the Pikmin game that I look forward to the least. I was not a big fan of the way that caves were implemented. It was stressful not really knowing what you were going to be facing with your Pikmin, and then just kind of hoping that you had the right ones, and then also not really knowing how close you are to the end of a cave or how many sublevels there are, all that kind of stuff. Just kind of left a negative taste in my mouth, which I'm not saying Pikmin 2 is a bad game. I think all of these games are great. But Pikmin 2, of the four main games in the series, Pikmin 2 is definitely the least great in my eyes. Coming in third place is Pikmin 1, and shout out to GameStop for losing the real cover there. What I really love about this game is that I know that I can get in and out of there in about 5 hours. When I replayed it for this video, I want to say that I beat Pikmin 1 in one sitting. What puts it above Pikmin 2 for me is that it stays pretty simple, that you've got your different color Pikmin that can do different things, but then also it includes like a sense of urgency of like, hey, you need to find your remaining parts so that Olimar can get back to his family. And so that makes it just a little bit better than Pikmin 2 for me. Coming in second place is Pikmin 3. And so this could be either the Wii U version of the game or the Switch version of the game. Something that they absolutely mastered in Pikmin 3 is the user interface. There's a light lock-on system that your cursor will kind of snap onto different enemies, and it makes it to where the game really is just about time management, that you're not going to be fumbling over aiming and controlling, and you're not going to have a hard time defeating an enemy because you missed your Pikmin on your throws. That's what it seemed like they were trying to get away from that completely, and it's much more of a time-based strategy game. Pikmin 3 really doubles down on that, which is what I really love about Pikmin 3. The redefined controls in Pikmin 3 clearly make it better than Pikmin 1 and 2 in my eyes, but similar to what I said about Pikmin 2 earlier, I do still think there's a lack of sense of urgency. Fruit is just so easy to find that you basically can you can find so much fruit in the first couple days that you never have to worry about your people not having enough fruit, which kind of makes collecting fruit a little bit trivial. I also think that a lot of the side content doesn't really feel like it adds to the overall game. A lot of it is kind of hidden away in some menus, which I enjoy going and finding that stuff, but I don't really think it's the best way to include it in the game. It's that kind of stuff that holds Pikmin 3 down for me and keeps it out of that number one spot. If you know how to count, you know that in the very top slot, I've got Pikmin 4. Pikmin 4 is clearly a bigger game than some of the other ones, and it can kind of get a little bit repetitive. They introduce some really cool mechanics in Pikmin 4 that are not seen in any of the other Pikmin games. There's one specific area that it's like a beach level, and then at noon each day, the water level falls. So stuff that you could before only access with the blue Pikmin or the ice Pikmin, now you might be able to access with a different kind of Pikmin, and it can change the way that you approach different scenarios. They also have some levels where the whole level is covered in ice, so you have to use red Pikmin to carry around this little fireball to light different torches so that you can kind of heat up the whole level to kind of move freely. And I found that kind of stuff really cool too. It seemed like Pikmin 4 felt like a breath of fresh air for this series, and it really got me excited for what is to come next. And that's how it comes in at number 1. Guys, thank you for watching this video. As always, the best way to keep up with me is on Twitter and on Instagram at James_Solar. And if you like this video, please check out one of these videos right over here. I'm sure you'll like those ones just as much. Thanks, guys.